Hey everybody, this is Eric and my lovely fiance Shatia coming with you live with another edition of Fix Our House, the kitchen edition. So come on, let's take a look at the kitchen. Alright, we are standing in the middle of the kitchen to our lovely home, what will also be a lovely kitchen. And as you can see, the walls have all been stripped from the kitchen walls. That means the plaster has been taken down all the way down to the joust. And that was because the walls were all cracked, broken, big holes in them, messed up. So a contractor of mine, who is a neighbor also, said, hey, go ahead and gut it. So me and my lovely fiance Shatia, who is actually a very strong lady, we gutted the walls down to the studs, and this is what it looks like. So the benefit of doing that is that we have a clear shot now to the electrical system, the plumbing circuit, as well as the heating and cooling. And speaking of the heating and cooling, if you look right here, you'll see a black pipe that is actually connected to the chimney. And this black pipe was apparently used to vent the stove when this was probably a wood burning stove. So we could vent a new stove through the chimney, but the danger of doing that is that grease and other phosphorus materials could get down into the chimney and actually reignite, causing a grease fire. So the best solution is to vent it outside of the house. And that would mean that this pipe would have to be removed and probably replaced with a galvanized pipe, and this would have to be all sealed up. The cost of a new hood for a new stove would be about $500 for a good one. I don't know what the exact cost would be in labor to put this pipe outside, but I could easily see paying about $500 for a contractor to come in, drill through here, drill through the brick, and then pipe it on outside. So $500, maybe a couple hundred, give or take. So this is the old heating system right here, which is actually still good. So we'll use this one. So we won't have to pay anything else to get that furnace connected to this particular vent. But some of the old vents right here, the old registers, these are no longer available, and I think we have it on the other side, so I can, oh, nope. We don't have it over here either, so let's see if there's one over here. Oh, garbage bag. Yep, so there's a very large slanted triangular, well, actually just slanted register for the heat, but those are not manufactured from what I understand, so we're going to have to either take this one down or find an old one on eBay. Hopefully we can find one. So that's the heating and cooling. Now, the electrical system. The electrical system for the lighting is actually all in place. This is the switch that controls the overhead sink light. I can turn it off and on. This is the switch that will control, actually does control, the central lights. I can turn them off and on. And this is one of my favorite right here. This is switch number 1 of a dual switch system. Camera's focusing a little bit there. So dual switch, actually technically referred to as a three-way switch, is a combination of switches used to control one light. And so you look over here, I can turn the light off and on from this switch. I can also walk over to this switch and turn the lights off and on, as you can see. I installed this lighting system. It works fine. This is really where it's going to stay at. I just have to tack these wires down. I still have some more electrical sockets to install. You're looking here at a dedicated electrical socket. That's because this is where the refrigerator will be at, so it will be on a dedicated 15 amp circuit. I'm going to put a GFI socket in there. I've got a couple more sockets to put in. I'll put one over here. Maybe put one over here. Over here will be two 20 amp GFI circuits. As a matter of fact, you look over here, you can see I've got one 20 amp GFI circuit right here, but this is not a tamper resistant socket, so it has to be replaced with a tamper resistant socket. So I'm going to have two right here, tamper resistant sockets, and that's the code. So we have to abide by the new codes. And here's one other socket over here. I'll have to put another 15 amp socket probably up around here for the hood stove, which will have a fan and lights in itself. The plumbing, this is a part of a relatively new plumbing circuit that was left here by the previous owner. As you can see, it's in pieces, and that's because when a house sits vacant, like this house did for 10 years before we bought it, scrappers come in the house and they take anything of value. They'll take the faucets, plumbing, everything. They did not take this old metal plumbing. This is probably the original plumbing from 1927 when this house was built, but they missed that, so they didn't get it. Speaking of old plumbing, looking up here, you'll see that there is a old plumbing circuit for the tub, and it's still actually in place, but this is rusted out, so it's probably clogged up, and that being the case, it's best to just go ahead and cut it off and put a new trap in, and that way you don't have the same problem. So what's it going to take to bring this kitchen up to code? About $8,000 to $12,000, maybe a little bit more, depending upon what type of faucet, what type of fixtures we put in, etc., etc. And that's going to actually include the floor. We're going to need a new floor in here. So, make a long story short, we are appealing for your financial assistance. Your financial contributions are tax deductible, and any monies and any construction materials that's left over after the house is completed will be donated to other building, construction on the street, in this neighborhood, or elsewhere. So please, go ahead, make a financial contribution. Your financial contributions are tax deductible, and any monies or construction material that we have left over will be donated to other building campaigns on the street, in this neighborhood, the city, or elsewhere. So please, go ahead, take a look at our other videos, and make a contribution. It's very, very much appreciated. So, once again, this is Eric and Shatia signing off for now. Say goodbye to my lovely fiance, Shatia. She's actually deaf. So we're saying goodbye for now. Until we meet again, have a nice day.